And that means our dollar is worth less. Our technology is worth less. Our financial institutions are worth less. And the alternatives that are happening in China are worth more.
Yeah. So you think that his growing candidacy that eventually became him winning office was at least a major part of, say, military action not being directly taken by Xi Jinping? Because he had military run-throughs
right
in early 2024. I'm forgetting the dates. Correct me in the comments with links, but I think it was like in early 2024 and then mid 2024, and then they kind of stopped.
Right. So what you saw from January through about October of 2024 was all of the increased activity that I and others like me all anticipated would come with the presidential election. Incredible run-up with Chinese pressure against Taiwan. You saw Chinese spies influencing the outcomes of the Taiwanese elections. When the Taiwanese elections were completed and the Kuomintang, which is the pro-China element of government, when they took the parliament and the separatist government took the presidency, that was 100% China's involvement. And that essentially stymied any progress that's going to come from Taiwan for the entirety of the time that president is in power, right? That was January. So in my opinion, China knew we've already won. We won in January because now no policy is going to get passed in Taiwan that's going to make them further separatist. And there's a solid chance that the dude who's coming into power in the United States for the next 4 years isn't going to give two shits about America's promise to Taiwan. He just cares about American semiconductors, right? And TSMC is already talking about going over there, and the Biden Chip Act is already in motion, and infrastructure is being built there, and like he's going to be fine. Again, China wants the 2025 plan for China was to be a major tech influencer, a major tech center of power for the world.
That effect, they have done that.
Bingo. That's exactly right. They have done that. They became the world's largest exporter of electric vehicles. They have robotics. They have semiconductors. They have telecommunications. They have internet capabilities. Like they are competing still to this day with the United States as the alternative to all American technology. So Xi Jinping can claim that as a win. He can say by 2025 we wanted to be this. We did. Huzzah. I'm awesome. You guys keep following me. Let's do the next thing. He had his out. And he knows that Taiwan is just a matter of time. He knows that Taiwan will become China's, especially as America distances itself more and more from Taiwan. And the Biden Chip Act is a very important step in distancing from Taiwan because we don't care about the country, the land. We don't name it as a country, as an independent country in our policy even, right? So Xi Jinping knows it's just a matter of time. How does he do it in the least expensive way? And right now he wants to focus his resources on other challenges that they're having domestically, economically, et cetera.
Do you still view China as a threat, strictly just looking at their GDP and influence in the world? But, you've had a 5-alarm fire in your eyes talking about them in the past with me as far as like this, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but almost like this weird road to some severe conflict that the two of us will have. Do you still have that type of concern today?
Absolutely. It's not that I've never, again, correct me if I'm wrong or play the footage. Yeah. I don't think I've ever said that the United States and China are going to go to war with each other.
You've never said that.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about some massive conflict.
That's why I said conflict.
I'm not worried about some massive direct interstate war between the two of us. Interstate meaning country against country. That's not what I'm concerned with, right? What I'm concerned with is China having enough economic success that it reaches parity, which is equality, with the United States economy. Because the more that we have parity, the more that we have equality, what that really means for Americans is that our quality of life diminishes. Because all the money that comes to us right now, because we're the predominant technical exporter, because we're the predominant financial services exporter, because we're the predominant currency exporter, the more that somebody else catches up to us, the less power we have. And that means our dollar is worth less. Our technology is worth less. Our financial institutions are worth less. And the alternatives that are happening in China are worth more.
Yeah.
That parity is not something the American people want to experience. It means that all the shit that we take for granted goes away It means the fact that just learning English is enough goes away. Fucking think about that. Think about no parent in America is worried about their kid's future when they're a one language person. Every other country in the world worries about their children being a one language child. It's insane. We will lose that if China reaches parity with us, because now your child must learn Mandarin or Cantonese or some other derivation of a dialect if they're going to have success in the world, right? If they're a one language child, they may never amount to much.
And they're also teaming up, though. You got like the BRICS, and that just keeps expanding too. They just added a country.
They've got 15 countries, I think, now are part of the BRICS. So it's easy to talk through the lens of GDP, and people love talking about through the lens of GDP because GDP is a very clear indicator of financial output, right? The more accurate way to actually compare countries is through something called triple P, which is your price parity. When you look at price parity, what you can afford as a Chinese person with less money is actually more than what you can afford as an American citizen with the same amount of money, right? The purchase price parity, the triple P. Most people who haven't traveled don't know this. You pay a certain amount for a Kit Kat at the grocery store, right? The same Kit Kat in a foreign country, do you think it costs the same?
No.
It costs less.
Yeah.
It costs less. The ingredients are the same. The wrapper is the same. The Kit Kat is the same.
Sometimes the ingredients aren't the same. They have better ingredients.
Fair.
But go ahead.
But the price is less.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nestle's just being generous? If it's even Nestle who makes Kit Kat, are they just being generous? They're like, no. It's because they understand that if they want to move Kit Kats in Vietnam, they need to reduce the price.
Supply and demand.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Right? So we in America are just accustomed to paying more for the same shit that you can get overseas at a cheaper price. Not because it's better or worse, but just because the average income in the area is less. That is something that Americans don't understand. And as a result of that, we don't realize we are overpaying for everything, right? The tariffs that Trump is putting in motion are starting to call attention to that. So now, if Vietnam still wants to pay less for their Kit Kats, then they're going to have to play nice with America. If they don't play nice with us,
no Kit Kat.
No Kit Kat for you. As funny as that might be to you, man.
No, that's exactly how it works.
And what does playing nice mean? Playing nice might mean you're not going to buy your tech from China anymore. You're going to buy your tech from us. And as a result of that, we're going to reduce the tariffs on you. And that's what they're doing. That's what the United States is trying to do with India, Vietnam, most countries in Europe. They're trying to say, hey, stop being dependent on China. Start being dependent on us, and we'll lower the tariffs.
If it can be done correctly and not like crash our economy, this is the best kind of soft power there is.
Yeah, well, and that's because it's economic based, right? There's no amount of schools you can build for somebody else that will ever be as valuable to them as the schools they build for themselves.
100%. It's like what's the quote? Teach a man to fish, but or you can take the horse to the well, but you can't drink it for it.
You sound like remember when H.W. Bush was talking about
I knew you were gonna do it. Like,
fool me once.
Fool me once, can't fool me again.
You just can't fool me twice.
It's funny, I was thinking that in my head from the J. Cole song. Can't get fooled again. Oh my God. Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.